out for you? You're a Southern boy.
I'm from Kentucky,
You're from
yes.
Kentucky.
From the hills of Kentucky,
From the hills.
yes.
Really? And how did you end up
yes.
in New York City? And how was that adventure from Kentucky to New York City? How old were you? What were the times like? How did you start taking photos?
My whole life has been a series of coincidences. You know, it was the South, and there are traditions, and my mother was wonderful. She was a great mother, but she was very traditional. She brought me up on Twinkies and M&Ms, but she insisted I go to college, so I went to college. When you went to school in those days, you just cheated anyway. And so I went to college, I got my degree. Life magazine opened up, and there was Timothy Leary, and he was saying, jump out, whatever it is, jump in, you know, tune out, whatever that thing was. And I thought, oh, this is a good idea. Then I went to the Summer of Love in San Francisco and actually took LSD with Timothy Leary.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, well, LSD, what do you mean, what was it like? You know? But then the Summer of Love fell apart, as I'm sure you guys know, and suddenly everyone was taking heroin instead of LSD, and then it was not so fun. I thought, what do I do now? And I went to New York, and I didn't know anyone. But in those days, all you had to do was open the Village Voice, and there was just apartments, and they were like $30 a month.
That's how much a coffee at Starbucks costs.
Exactly.
So what year would that have been?
That would have been the next year, 1968. And I got an apartment, and I had a camera because my brother bought me a camera for my 16th birthday. I knew where you went to if you were gay. Oh, by the way, I'm gay. And you went to Christopher Street to get picked up. And I went there, and there were these drag queens. They would go to 14th Street, where the cheap wig shops were, and they would buy 12 wigs at a time, and then sew them all together, so there'd be these giant wigs. Then they would go also on 14th Street and get false eyelashes, and get 12 of them and put them all on at once. When they blinked their eyes, you could actually hear it. You know? And then big, platform boots and that kind of stuff. They were so bizarre. And I was going to Christopher Street basically to get laid, but there were these great, fabulous drag queens who just paraded up and down Christopher Street with their false eyelashes clacking, and I had a camera, so there is nothing more appealing to a drag queen than a camera. And so I would just say, can I take your picture? And so I would start taking their pictures, and the next thing I knew, I met Jackie Curtis.
Are you boys just a little bit down thinking about us girls back home?
She was not one of those kind of drag queens. She didn't even care if people thought she was a man or a woman. She was just Jackie Curtis. She was crazy, pretty, all this hair and glitter. She wore glitter on her eyes, glitter on her lips. How could you even do that? Because glitter is made out of glass. But she would put it on her, red glitter on her lips. I just don't know how she got away with that. And her clothes were just dragged out of garbage cans, and she would just find tablecloths or curtains and stuff and wrap them around her and take pins and just put them all together, and that would be her dress. She was so astounding, but she was a great writer of plays and just a great star. So I met her, and she said, and this is what's so amazing, and I'm really not bragging about myself because I didn't do any of this. I just happened to be there. She just said, oh, I have to take you to meet a friend of mine. His name is Andy Warhol. And I went, okay. And I thought, because she was this crazy glitter drag queen, and I thought, this is not going to happen. This is not real. And I went right into the factory, and there was Andy Warhol. And this was like really like 3 weeks after I got to New York.
Really?
Really quite quick.
It's all in 3 weeks.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It was so quick.